So they came up with the rule, anybody who gets an E in mathematics, when we close, you come up with the, like, if you get C minus and below, you're left. All those who are below C minus, you're left in that dining hall. And we had like 60 teachers. 60 teachers. So every teacher will be beating you. They will be caning you. I was beaten from Form 2, third term, Form 3, so every closing day, I was being beaten. We were being caned. Start feeling numb. You are behind, it's numb. Then by the time you are at the last teacher, you don't feel anything because you have been caned. Everything is like bumps. From this one time, I tried. Then I got C. I was over the moon. The teacher who handles exams, something like that, says anyone who has gotten C and below to remain behind to be beaten. And that's the first time I've tried my best and I have gotten C. Hello guys, so welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in today's video I want to talk about my high school worst experience. I know we don't talk about it most of the times because I don't know why, or I think I just wanted to say to talk about it because while growing up, I went to school near our home, a day school, of course, from the early age up to class 8. Then I can say I was an average student. I passed well. I was called to a very good school. I love that school. Right now I can say I love that school. Yeah, but that time, So I joined high school, and because it was my first time boarding school, it was my first time away from home, and for the first time I missed my home. Yeah, I missed my home. So the first the first like two, let's say the first time, I was crying every morning. And the location of our school, of our high school, was like under, it was near a mountain, mountain, yes. So we were like under under there was a big mountain, so it was really cold, and we used to shower cold water. So when we were showering that morning, because we used to wake up like 4:30, yeah, in the morning, and with that cold, you are going to shower cold water. So when I was showering, I used to cry, because when you are showering, of course you are using water, and when you're crying, nobody will see it. So I was crying every morning for the first, like the whole of first term. I was in a new place. I was not used to being away from my family, and it was my first experience in boarding school. So it was like the worst of the worst experience. But that's not the worst experience, because when I got used to it, I loved school. Then okay, being in an African, not in an African, but being African, we are built different. I'm not saying the other race is not like, I'm not being like, I just want to put it because of the experience I and the treatment we receive. Not, we are used to it, like being harsh, being beaten, being like, and you're there. I don't know if I'm making sense. So when I schooled in that school, first the first year, okay, I schooled from Form 1, because in Kenya high school is 4 years. So for the 4 years I schooled in one school. Even in primary, I went to one school from class 1 to 8. That's like grade 1 to 8, one school. Then high school, 4 years, one school. It was good. After the first time, I made friends, so life became simpler. I got used to the life there. Well, There's a lot of noise in the background, so excuse. So, excuse me. After that, after like 2 years, I think the second year, the like from 2 now, the second year in high school, the administration came up with a rule. The rule was no grade E in mathematics. And anyone who scores below C minus, like C minus and below, you are beaten with all the teachers in that school. So by that time, it was a provincial school, so it was a very, very good school, and the best can I say facility? Seriously, it had the best infrastructures, the best the best classrooms, the school was it was prestigious. Yeah, I can say it was prestigious. So they came up with the rule, anybody who gets an E in mathematics, when we close, you are left behind in school for 1 week so that you can do like a revision for the for maths from Form 1, that's from grade 9 to 12, if that makes sense. So in Kenya, it's from Form 1 to Form 4. If you get below, so it was like there was a slogan. There was a slogan for the for mathematics, like it was I can't remember, but it was like no E in mathematics. Everybody was supposed to say that. If you get an E, you are left behind during closing day. So they also came up with the if you get C minus and below, you are left. That's when I was in my second year in high school. That's Form 2. If you get second year in high school, Form 2, third term. If you get below C minus, you are on the closing day, because when closing, we were closing like today from around morning, then we go home the next day. So we close from around 9 in the morning until 2. Then all those people who have gotten C minus and below, we are left behind, because we used to close in a hall. There was a hall, dining hall. We didn't have a separate hall, so it was a dining hall, and it was so big. So when we finish closing, it's called the closing ceremony. All those who are below C minus, you are left in that dining hall. And we had like 60 teachers. 60 teachers. Will tell me why. Not tell me why, but let me tell you. The 60 teachers will, they will line up. So they will start with Form 1, C minus and below Form 1. You start from the teachers have lined up. So the first person, you go to the first teacher, the second person, like that. So every teacher will be beating you. They will be caning you. So it depends with the teacher. It's not like they have amount of canes they are going to give you. The first teacher can give you 3, not less than 3, another one 5 and 6. Man, I was beaten from Form 2, third term, Form 3, okay. So this is how it went. As I said, I'm an average I was an average student, and I didn't like. I can't say I don't like reading, but I like reading on my own terms. Like when we are in preps, I read like for 30 minutes, strictly 30 minutes, or not more than 1 hour. I'll grasp everything I've read. Then after that, I will go to my atlas or read the dictionary. No other thing. Because if I extend for more than 1 hour, everything that I read just evaporates. So I knew myself. Even waking up, other people were it was called transnighting. When we had exams, they were transnighting. But me, I always follow my schedule. I read for 30 minutes or 1 hour at most, then that's it. But if I do like even 1 hour 30 minutes, I will come out of there with nothing, zero. So also waking up, some people were waking up like at around 2 a.m. to go and read. Me, I was just waiting for the bell to ring so that I can wake up. I couldn't wake up earlier than 4:30 because the bell, we were being woken up by the guards, so they were ringing the bell at around 4:30. I was waiting until the bell rings. That's when I wake up. That was what was working for me, so I didn't want to force myself. But even if I do that, or I do what, I was getting C minor. Even if I pray and do, I was getting C minor. So every closing day, I was being beaten. We were being caned. So the first time they caned me, the first that third term, second form to third term. Hey, when you get from the first teacher to the last, by the time you reach the last teacher, your butt it's numb. So is it numb or numb? So even when when you start when they're starting, when you start from the first teacher, you feel the pain when they are caning you. You feel the pain, but by the time we are at the middle, let's say the middle, like the number of the teachers, half of it, you start feeling numb. You are behind, it's numb. Then by the time you are at the last teacher, you don't feel anything because you have been caned. Everything is like bumps from the buttocks. You're behind, they have bumps. Then when you have cried, your eyes are red. I'm not tarnishing, like I'm not saying it in a bad way, but that time not okay. Let's say in an African setting, I don't know, but let me say in Kenya, they were allowing caning in school. There was caning in school. I can't say they were allowing it, but there was caning in school, so it was not like illegal. And that's why I said, as Africans, we are built different because we survived. Right now, if you just cane a student, the next day you hear the student passed away. You say, "Oh, okay, what happened?" But that time we were being caned and we were not getting sick. We were just having the injuries maybe. So after being caned with the bumps, remember, the following day you are supposed to go home. Hey, when you get out from that dining hall, when you just like you are walking, you know, the muscles, they dance like the behind the dance. So when you when you walk, it's painful because it's like they are stretching. I used to cry. My behind was black. And the following day, you're supposed to go home. When you get into the vehicle, when you sit down, it's hard. When I come home, I tell my parents, "Hey, we have been caned." My mom now says, That's good because you need to pass the exams." Then you say, "Hey, I don't know. I don't have anyone who is going to." You just have to pass the exam. I tried in my form 3 to read. Every time I was being beaten. This one time I tried, then I got C. Hey, I was over the moon. I got C plain. I said, "Hey, at least this round I'm not going to be beaten." Hey, tell me why. When we went for closing ceremony, the exam, he was called what? The exam coordinator. Not remembering the name, but the teacher who I don't know how to put it. The teacher who handles exams, something like that, says anyone who has gotten C and below to remain behind to be beaten. And that's the first time I've tried my best and I have gotten C. Until I said, huh? am I the measuring like am I the measuring? They are like looking at me. If I go up, we start from there. If so, I was okay. So I'm going to be beaten, and this time I was prepared. I'm not going to be beaten. So I've gotten C, and now they're starting from C and below. I said I don't care. I'm used to being beaten, so let them beat me. I was beaten that time. The Form 4 I was beaten. To my surprise, when it helped me. It helped me, but it was my worst experience in high school. Looking back, I can say it was my worst experience because nobody loves being beaten. But again, some people like us, like me, maybe it was a wake up call. It helped me. I can say it not I can say it helped me a lot because I got my good grade. Of course, it was the grade I never got in high school because of the beatings. I'm not saying people should be beaten because they're not performing, but some of us need to be beaten. If it can make sense, because some people need to be pushed to perform, yes. Others, they're just like that. But right now, it's not allowed to beat students in Kenya here because right now I think it's illegal. But that time we were being beaten and we were okay. We just we just had the injuries, then we're okay. Right now in schools, if they hear the students are being beaten, you can go to court. You can be arrested here. But I thank God because of my school, I got good grades, and I think the beatings, that was my worst experience in high school, apart from some few things, but that was the main one because I can remember. Yeah, the beatings were so much. Right now I can talk about it and laugh, but that time, hey, I was crying. I was like anxious about closing day because I knew even if I put more effort, I knew I was just getting C minus and below. So what demotivated me most is when I got the C, then they started from C. They just jumped from C minus, then anyone from C and below. Yeah. So somehow it demotivated me, but I think I I worked through it because I got good. I got something B somewhere in my national exam, and I was so happy. So I know if you are liking this video, kindly subscribe down below and leave a comment on how you are being handled in school about the performance of your results, the performance, and also share your experiences, your worst experiences down below. Let's discuss. I know many people, we passed through some hard, can say some hard situations, but we made it. At that time we could say like the teachers were being, they didn't care, or like I don't know how to put it, but I think in some way they were helping us. Yeah. So kindly just like the video, subscribe, and let's discuss how your experiences. I know there are so many stories in high school, but I just decided to tell you about this experience that I felt like I have to talk about it. It's right now. It's funny for me. It's funny because I was pushed to perform. So I feel like they knew, because even in primary there was a time I'm good at math. I was good at math. I'm still good at math. I'm still good at math, but I don't like people giving me mathematic. Like, I'm good at math, but I don't like being put in that position to do maths. I don't know if I'm making sense. In primary also, I loved math. I was an average student. In primary, I was okay. Then there was this time we had a mathematics teacher, and my mom is a no joke. I was failing in math. Yeah. Then he knew the teacher. So this time my mom told me, I'm going to tell the teacher to beat you because you are playing, you need to be beaten to perform. So my mom went and met with the teacher and told the teacher, my girl is like, beat her. I know she can be greater, she can do greater than this, so beat her until she performs in math. Huh? Hey, you know, there's no worse thing than a parent telling a teacher to beat you for you to perform. I was beaten. I was beaten, and I performed in math. I love maths, by the way, but I just don't like doing it. Yeah, if it's a must for an exam, I'll perform. But if I'm not doing any exam, I can't read math. I can't do anything about math. But if I'm put in that position, like in an exam, I'll perform. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, kindly subscribe, share it. Let's reach 1,000 before the year ends. I know we have like 2 months, 3 months till the year ends, but guys, kindly subscribe and let's have fun in this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.